for the ladies again because, well, I'm also a lady and I want to help out my ladies because we live in a man-made world, and as a woman, it is really good for us to understand how to maneuver in this man-made world. You know, this world was not made for the strength of a woman. It was made for the strength of a man so a woman would need him. And I want you to let that sink in. This world was not made for the strength of a woman, but for the strength of a man so a woman would need him. This is a man-made world, and it is purposely designed for women to need men. And I'm not saying that we don't need men. The species as a whole needs each other, but, you know, there's so much programming, social programming that has occurred over the years that we actually do not maneuver in the most natural way humans should maneuver. And in fact, as a woman, you should understand the kind of programming these men go through. Most of them do not have autonomy, and most of them cannot think for themselves. Most of them are a product of their father, their grandfather, or Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels. And because it's so mainstream to be more of a toxic masculine person in this world, it obviously perpetuates the abuse that women go through. Because, again, most men can't think for themselves. They listen to their buddy, they listen to their dad, and they go in packs. Men move in packs a lot of the time. So, as a woman, understanding the hive mentality that men are most of the time in, you can learn to protect yourself. Most of the time, men are seeing how quickly they can manipulate you into doing something to serve their purposes and their wants and their needs, right? As a woman, understanding how valuable you are and your sexual energy is the first step to freeing yourself from this man-made world that you live in. Your sexual energy is what pushes this world forward and what men use to keep themselves energized. That's why they're always hunting for the next thing, or they want a girlfriend or whatever, you know, or they're fapping off and watching something X-rated. There's a reason for that, because they're trying to create energy. They're trying to get energy, right? And I'm not saying that a succubus doesn't exist. It can happen the other way as well. But as a woman in a man-made world, again, we have to understand the meaty bell curve of things. And it is not that women are just blood-sucking, parasitic demons. It is that men have designed this world for women to fail without them. And when you start to remember that, you will learn to stop giving them your energy. Because your energy, especially your sexual energy, is very potent, and it powers them. It moves them. It drives them. And the more easily you give them access to that energy, the lower standard of our lives are. The standard of our whole lives gets lower and lower and lower the more sexual energy they receive for just a little bit of attention. If he's not going out of his way to make you feel safe, if he's not going out of his way, because here's the thing, honey, he can say a lot of little pretty things, but men love to mess with your mind. They love to tell you things. And let me tell you, honey, take about the same as much effort as he did to tell you that he thinks you're so beautiful. Say it to yourself, I'm so beautiful. Boom. How much effort was that really? So you're giving it away for the effort of just telling yourself you're beautiful. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of women, their ears get them in trouble because they're not watching with their eyes his actions, right? So stop listening to these men and start watching these men, because these men say a lot of things, but they don't mean most of those things. And when women start to maneuver in society as if he's pretty much lying until he has proven himself, then all women are going to have a much better experience in this world. And we're going to raise the standard for women everywhere. This is not about, trying to be a prude. This is about protecting yourself and understanding that the female energy, the female sexual energy, is what fuels this world. And if we understood how much we fuel and power this world, we would stop giving it away to horrible people that transmute our sexual energy into something evil. So, ladies, I know this was a loaded topic, but I want you to start watching. Stop listening. Listen, obviously, to have a conversation and understand. But watch. Watch what he does more than what he says. And you are going to make your life 100 times easier. I am really, really hoping that this video helps many, many ladies out here, because I'm a girl's girl. I really want to see us thrive. And if we start changing our psychology on how we maneuver around men, our lives are going to get a lot better. And that's what I want for my ladies. That's the legacy I want to leave. A better standard of living for women. And a better understanding of how things actually are. And the more women that can think logically about this, the more we can create this world in order for a woman to also be able to maneuver without a man. See, men, and I want to make this point, men can maneuver without a woman easily. Women cannot maneuver without a man easily. And as a woman, you need to realize that you're at a disadvantage. Manifestel, she always says this thing: you're a pedestrian